Good evening, one and all. Lovely to see you here. Thank you for joining me. It's morning from damp Surrey, BC. Well, it's not so wonderful here, to be honest, but it's still hot and sticky, or I am anyway. Always am. So, lots of things to tell you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up at the end a bit of a sort of a notice board. I thought that might help. So that you can see all of what's going on and what's coming in and be ahead of the game, basically. And I've got today a mixture of old and new for you. So you can see where we're going, hopefully, behind here. So these are old dies, and underneath here, hiding some new dies. This is where you'll find them all, maximumcrafts.com. So do go and take a look over there if you feel the need to have anything of what we see today in your stash. Now, I've got some stamp sets from Hunky Dory, but they are very limited, and I know that they don't have any more. So I apologise in advance for those ones because I know it's going to cause an issue. I know, but still. So I have got for you today. I'm using the Circles easy frames, the Maximum Craft easy frames, only available here, nowhere else sells them, exclusive in the whole wide world. And these we launched, I think they were our second ever launch, so they are almost a year old. Can you believe it? I'm going to be using those, and I'm going to match them with the new die set, which is 2 dies. And it's called the Blossom Corsage. Hark at me. Blossom Corsage. A really simple format, but looking really stunning. And that's what we're all about, isn't it? We like easy, but wow. That's what we like. So a set of 2 dies, as I said. Approximate size is about 10.5 centimeters by sort of 11, so 11, just over 4 inches wide, and this one matches with it. So a very funny shape. I keep thinking it looks like a turtle, but anyway, it's not a turtle. It comes out really beautifully, and the 2 together go excellently. I'm also doing a little tiny sneak peek for you for something that will be available later on in the week. I'm not going to be showcasing it as such, so I thought I'd show you now so that when it does come up online at the end of the week, you will be able to see it. Okay, so first of all, let's do some cutting and show you what it's all about. So I'm going to take, first of all, a 7x7 card blank, and I'm going to make it into a top folding one, so which means that the fold of my card is up at the top there. Okay. And I've already cut out some soft lavender card, which is this one. And I've cut that out at 16 centimetres by 16 centimetres, which I can already actually put on. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Colour-wise, I thought I was going to do another little bit of Christmas, but you know what? We're a bit Christmased out, in as much as you were absolutely the best people ever and supported me so much that I've hardly got any Christmas stuff left to show you at the moment. So once it comes back in stock, we can go back to Christmas again. So that's my 16 by 16 piece of soft lavender. Then I've taken a piece of white hammered card, and I've cut that down to 15.5 by 15.5. And again, that can go straight down. As I said, we do like a wow factor for our cards, but we don't like to spend hours and hours achieving said thing. So we will go for wow in 20 minutes. So there we go. That is our base of our card then. Okay. Now, again, I have already taken my 2 dies here, my outer circle and the slightly smaller one, I've used the card colour Heather. So in terms of mauves, there's varying amounts, but this is quite obviously one of the darker ones. If you see the two together, you can see that they go quite nicely. They're in the same family, obviously, quite a contrast though of light and dark. And I felt that that worked quite well. So I've cut out the largest one, the widest one, in the Heather. And then this time I've used, because I want to stamp, I have used the white super smooth card. I could have used the white hammered card, which is the one that I used on the front here, which has got that little texture, which you can just about see. But because I want to stamp on it, it's a little bit odd. So it's a sort of uneven surface. That's what it's all about. Didn't really want to do that. So I've gone for a piece of super smooth or ordinary white card. And that simply, as any easy frame, sticks straight on there. But before I do stick it on, and basically that's just in case I mess it up, I want to do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to take these dies to one side. I'm going to pop my outer one to one side, and I'm going to bring in my white one and my stamping platform. Now I should therefore be able to still pop both sides of this to keep it secure. I've got a magnet down here that I can use as well. But I want to make sure that my circle is up against the edge on the left and also up against the top one as well, because that just makes it that much easier to cope with. Now, these are the stamps that I'm going to bring in. So these are Essential Arched Sentiments, and they are perfect for these frames. They almost were made for them. Now, you can, of course, get your ordinary sentiments and maneuver them slightly so that they are on a curve. But these are even better because they are meant to go that way. And so whilst you can maneuver them slightly, they're not going to spring back when you take off the pressure of your acrylic block or your stamping platform. Because that's what I found in the past we have problems with. So you have got a set of 8 sentiments in this block, in this pack, and you've also got some little elements that you could do a little bit of extra with, a little star, a heart, and a little dot. So you could use those. Now I'm going to use the happy birthday to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that off. You can see it's stained a bit because I just needed to practice. So when we take it off, it will go into that sort of curve. It will go there. So I'm just going to place it. Now you can see that it needs a little bit of maneuvering. So I need to just push those little bits up a little bit. Okay, now when I pick it up, so let's just get, stay there when you're told. Right, I'm just going to pick that up, and then I just want to move that bit very slightly. Let's just check that that's, now move that. Stay where you are. Again, just putting it back into position. Just checking. Just want to push that one up a little bit more now. Just a little bit. It's me being fussy. You don't need to be quite as fussy as me. So because I'm using the mauves, I've gone for a Spectrum Noir Harmony. Very rarely do I use these. I haven't got very many of them, to be honest, and I have to make sure that I have got one that's the right colour, and I've got lots of blendable ones, but I haven't got very many of the quick dry ones, which is what I need for here. So I've gone for this one, and the colour is Crushed Velvet, but you could of course use any of the dye-based inks that you wish. You don't have to use the same sort of colouring as your card, but I just thought it went together really well. So just popping that on there. It's quite a wet stamp, that one is. pop that on there. And then when we bring up, we've got a really lovely, perfectly placed circular sentiment, which I think looks quite special. So pop that to one side, put that back in just a minute after I've cleaned it up a little bit. And then you can see, now I have to be a bit careful because this might take a minute or two to dry, but you can now see that that's going to go on there quite nicely. So let's just put that into position and then we can leave it to one side like that. So we just need to place that so that we've got an equal bit top and bottom, but you don't have to think about it. You just need to put it there. Don't want to touch this dry, but just want to be a bit careful. Okay, so there's your circular easy frame with a sentiment. Okay, now the new die. So I've already cut myself out a couple of pieces of this card that I was using. So basically you just need a piece of your heather card to cut everything out with that I'm going to use today, and a piece of the soft lilac. And again, that with white cuts out everything you need. So we're going to place these dies. Now I'm going to go the soft, not soft lilac, soft lavender. I'm going to use the soft lavender for that one. And I'm going to use the heather for this one. I'll just stick that down and run these through. So these could be used for paper piecing. I'm sure Mrs. Smith, I think she was watching because I sort of saw her a little while ago. You could paper piece them, June, if you wish. I don't, but you could. But just sort of saying, okay. I'm just going to then turn that over so that I've got, and I can therefore cut these both out at the same time. So just run these through. And again, if you want, you can paper piece them, but you don't have to, okay? Hi Sue, hi Annie, hi Sheila, Jill, Marion, Irene, Teresa, Glenda, Di. Other circles new? No, they're not, Di. They were one of the first ones that we've ever had. Got some circles coming up that are new, which are delicious. But no, we don't need to keep using new things all the time. And I wanted to just show that you know, they are available. There are some available. They are sort of the last batch at the moment. So at the moment, if we wanted, do you think that looks like a turtle? I know, it's sad. This is where the paper piecing could come in if you wanted to. So you could press out all these little bits that are the petals of the flower and then actually paper piece them onto here. However, I'm not going to do that because I think the effect, even without doing it, is really rather lovely. So I'm just going to just push a few bits out so that I know what I'm doing. And a couple of release holes, and hopefully carefully, because it's rather delicate, but you can then see how rather beautiful this is. If I pop that onto there, I think that's rather lovely, don't you? So I did the background for it as well. Let me grab these bits of junk we don't need. Hold on a minute. We don't need those bits. As I said, for those of you who do like to use paper piecing, it comes into its own like that as well. But equally lovely when it doesn't. So if you look at this piece, you'll see that you've got 5 petals, leaves, the leaves actually, but 5 of them. You will see though, for placement, that one of them has got a more jagged edge. And you simply then find your jagged edge on this piece, which is here, You can see those two. Whoops, that one and that one. And then simply pop that behind. And then you've then got a beautiful corsage just ready to go. And I think that with just that, you could, as I said, go for green, and then you can mat and pick out the bits and pieces. You could do it, but I think you'll agree that at the end of the day, this one's going to look rather lovely just with doing that. So in order to just simply finish it off, I'm going to turn this one over. I'm going to grab my fine line glue gun, and I'm going to pop some few little dots, and it's got to be only on these leaves and the flower in the middle. So the little bits that poke out at the side, so these little bits of fronds, they're not going to stick down, so we don't need to put any glue on there. But they just give that without us having to sit there and think about which where our leaves should go and everything. It's done for you, absolutely done for you. So, oh, I'm putting it on here. So that's my little bit that's all jagged. So not loads of glue. You couldn't really use your spray glue, to be honest with you, because you would then get it onto the other pieces, and you don't really want them to stick down. Whoops, just noticed that I've got a little dot that I don't want. There. Slide that into position. And as I say, try not to put too much glue on, even if it is dry as clear. It's so much better if you can have something that's fine pointed just to pop on there. And I think that that looks rather yum to me. So let's first of all go back to this. I mean, in all honesty, you could just do a card like that, couldn't you? Get you some of that sentiments. Very simple. And I'm going to put, of course, some foam onto here, but you could easily get away with not putting foam on this at all, and it would be an absolutely flat card. So for those of you that prefer that type of card, that is, you know, very okay to do as well. So because I'm putting it onto a circular piece, and just to make life easy, I'm going to put my tape, my foam tape on, and as I do it, roll back so that I've got sticky on both sides. Can be a little bit, therefore, sticky. Let me just loosen up some of this, but it just helps you mold it a little bit more so that you can then have that raised area all the way around. But as I said, you don't need to use the foam. You can just simply get in a pickle. So let's put that back so I don't get in any more of a pickle. Just slide that back in there. And remember that we've got happy birthday at the top. So I'm going to bring in my card. I'm going to find where the top is. Yeah, so my top fold up here. I'm going to add a little bit of glue, just as well I pick that up because I haven't put it back properly again. And that's the only time that these are going to get so that they are clogged up then. So I want my happy birthday fairly obviously to be at the top. So I'm going to go a bit like that. So as I said, we've got foam on it now, of course, so it does bring it up a little bit. If you look that way, you can just about see the foam. Then we're going to take our corsage. Now, if you wish, there are some really lovely centres of flowers that you could put on here, or just simply some gems or something, just ordinary gems. Not quite sure if I do want to put that. I did try it, and then I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not, because I don't want to spoil it. You can therefore then pop this on to this corner, or any corner for that matter, wherever you wish, or you could even pop it into the middle. So again, wherever you wish to do it. I'm going to just put it onto this sort of corner. So I'm going to put a bit of foam underneath that bit here, just a little bit to hold it up. Now I haven't taken the sticky off, so you can see, whoops, that I'm okay to put it on there. And that will then support that bit here. And then these two bits I can actually put glue on so that I can adhere it to the edge. So I can now take the backing off of here. But of course, wherever you put yours, it will vary. And, you know, you might want to stick it all flat down flat, whatever. So put our corsage in the corner. Press down because we've got the foam there, don't forget. And then this is the little sneak peek. So if you recall last week when I launched the Christmas Stargazer focal frames, you had with your focal frame a free a free focal frame corner. Now we were inundated with people asking, can we not buy more of the corners? Because I do understand your frustration. That if you've only got one of them, it does take a little while to cut all your corners. And so I had already ordered them, but they are now on their way, and you will be able to purchase a pack which has two of those focal frames, two extra focal frame corners in, plus these new ones. And so that's why I thought I'd show you them, because as I said, I'm not going to showcase them, I'm just going to be using them, but you will see them come up on the website probably Wednesday. So these little corners, a bit different. We haven't had them before, but they just, I think, finish off my project here today. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue onto them and then pop them into each of the corners. Again, positioning them, if you can, so that the corner is all in line here. That point of the corner, do you see what I mean? With the corners here. And then just press that down. And then all four of them. They are nice corners. So, yeah, I have to think of a name for them because I haven't got a name for them. And I'm not sure if I've even ordered enough of them because, as I said, they were kind of, you know, I really ought to start believing in myself, shouldn't I? But there you go. I have actually had, in answer to some of your questions, I have actually had this die for about 2 months. So that might be why you haven't got it before. Oh, I've got sticky on my fingers that came off with it. Be careful, be more careful. Yeah, I like this. Like this a lot. So as you can see, very simplistic, not over the top or anything like that, but clean cut lines is what I like to do. So I need a little bit of glue on there. So these corners are not available at the moment, but they will be later this week. I will put a message up on the Facebook site so that you can tell that they're in. But at the moment, you can, well, you could when I got in there. Yeah, they are a little bit like butterfly corners, aren't they? When I started off, you were able to purchase the stamp set, which is called Essential Arched Sentiments. That's this one. There was a few more of the circles, but I know many of you have already got them, so get them out and use them because this one really just works. And then the brand new Blossom Corsage, which is this little gem here, 2 dies in the die set, but all of these little fronds are attached. You don't have to do anything apart from cut it out in whatever colour that you may wish to do. And as I said, if you wish, you could get your the waste from this one and pop it back into that flower, or cut it out in a different color and use that as well. All sorts of different ways that you could use it. And if we had more time, I would have been tempted to have just put some little glossy accents on these little berry strands, so that when they dried, they just have that little glossiness on them. Or you could put pearls, of course, on there. The center of this one, again, could be a large pearl, or it could be whatever. But all of it, if I didn't put the foam on it, all of it could be a completely flat card. So now, wait a minute. So let me bring in my little notice board. There you go. So, as we said, all of the items are available at maximumcrafts.com. Everything we've shown you today, that's all available over there. Now, lots of people have been asking these questions, and I thought, if I write these all down, not only will I remember them, but if I show them to you, you will remember them too. So the pre-orders and more stocks are coming in approximately Thursday, which is the 4th of July. And that is from the Maximum Craft Christmas Collection Part 1, which was the Stargazer focal frame and the beautiful vintage Merry Christmas set and bow bells. Many of you have already pre-ordered them. And as I said, that is coming in on Thursday, fingers crossed. As soon as it comes in, I will be getting them out to you, for those of you who have already ordered. As I said, the new Stargazer Focal Corners Duo will be in stock this week. It's coming in with this set. So again, Thursday, you should start seeing them, Wednesday or Thursday, you should start seeing them back onto the website. The wonderful Winter Wonderland paper pads. Let me just grab it so we all know what we're talking about. This little beauty, which we all decided was an absolute beauty. I've noticed and seen yesterday that this was back in stock at the suppliers. I didn't think it was. And so I have grabbed some of them, and they will be back in stock on Wednesday. So the delivery should be with me on Wednesday. So if you were one of those ladies or gentlemen missed out on the Winter Wonderland paper pad duo, which is one of my favourite evers, I think, to be honest with you. The images on there are to die for, in my opinion. But there you go. And then finally, the July card kit. Now, a few people mentioned that they hadn't heard anything about the card kit, the subscribers. But of course, it's not July yet. So it will be actually the 7th of July when we launch it. So that's next Sunday. Sunday, the 7th of July is the July card kit launch. For subscribers, the emails have already gone out today, offering you the chance to subscribe to it for this month and pay your money and get it guaranteed that you're going to get it. The card kits will be available for everybody on Sunday, but for subscribers, they get theirs earlier. Like any subscription service, they get theirs earlier. There is, however, a difference this time, because we're trying to just make it more simplistic for both user and me and Sarah. And I think that I've come across something that works much better. So for those people that are subscribers, do read your emails. If you think you should have had one and can't find it, do let me know. But it should be with you, sent out this afternoon and giving you all the information, but with a payable click link, and off you go, all done. Do it whilst you're thinking about it. Then all you've got to do is wait for your lovely kit to be dropping through your door early part of week after next. So after the launch on Sunday, but yours will be in the post. Some people even got them the very next day last time. So arrived before they were even launched. So that is for subscribers. If you need any more information, message me and I shall get that to you. But that is all about it. Now, let's have a look. The corners, Fiona says that the corners look easy to attach. They are, because I've made, just going to say, where's the card? Oh God, Oh, blimey. It's yeah. There are fancy lines, but they're kind of thicker lines. So I haven't done one like this before, and I was a bit wary what it was going to look like because I liked it. And then I thought, I'm not sure. But when I actually have cut it out, I really like it. It's a very different corner. So yeah, that just works out really well. I won't be getting any more circle stamps in, I'm afraid. I do yeah, I will check tomorrow, but I'm pretty certain they're out of stock. Whether they are expecting any, they might do. They might have some more coming in, but it does say they're out of stock at the moment. But I shall do my very best, and I shall let you know. Butterfly Art Deco corners. Oh, Glenda, I like that one. Yeah, they are a bit like a butterfly, but an Art Deco one, aren't they? Yeah, could well be. Could well be called that. But I hope you like it. I like it. Yeah, so Irene's just saying, yeah, it's the circular sentiments. I am sorry if they're sold out. As I said, I knew it would cause a bit of ruction because I didn't have all that many. Well, I had quite a few, so that's really good. You are the best. But yeah, I'll do my best, and if I'll find out with a phone call tomorrow morning if I can get them, I shall pop the notice up onto the onto the Facebook page, and do my very best to get them for you. But as I said, the beautiful paper pads will be in on Wednesday, so you can always get them as well. Okay, so oh yeah, some people are already getting the I know lots of people you've seen the seen the emails for subscriptions, and I would like your feedback on it, and not necessarily on here, but if you could message me, because I really wanted to know if that worked. I thought it did, but I always overthink things and want to make sure that you've got exactly what it is that you want to be able to use easily, so and pay easily without sort of thinking, oh, I've read that, now I haven't paid it. And I felt that if I put the link in with it, that might be better. So yeah, it will be good to hear what you think of that one. So I'll love you and leave you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, you are the best. I will get all your orders off to you very, very quickly. As I said, don't forget your pre-orders and stock back in again this week. So it hasn't been very long for you to wait. All of that information may be something there that you wish to look at. And I will see you on Wednesday, which will be the 3rd of July. And who knows what I'll bring you then, because it certainly ain't me. Oh, don't forget thumbs up as well. Thumbs up, subscribe, and all those lovely little things that come along there. And then you won't miss a thing. So take care, everyone. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Bye.